Okay, welcome to this very first class. I'm going to talk about microfiction stories. Yes, remember that you have read a very first short story written by Ernest Hemingway. One day he went into a pub, yes, and somebody challenged him to write a story using only 6 words. So he said he was able to do so. And the story was For Sale, Baby Shoes Never Worn. So this man, Ernest Hemingway, was the master of very, very short stories or microfiction. And he used a theory, yes, the theory of iceberg, right? He used the theory of iceberg to tell only part of the story, yes? A very small part of the story is what you can see, but the most important part of the story is hidden, yes? It's hidden, it is under the water. So what happened to the baby? Some of you thought of very sad, very tragic story. Okay, the baby died. Yes, he had an accident, or the mother had a miscarriage. Some of you thought of interesting stories, I don't know, stories which were not sad. For example, the size of the shoes. Yes, the shoes were too small for the baby, so they decided to sell them. So you see, it depends a lot on your imagination. It depends a lot on the reader. Okay, that is the key to the microfiction stories. As regards the second story, yes, the second story was very interesting too. The name was I Want to Report an Accident, right? At the very beginning, yes, you can see that there are 2 characters, Celia and Umberto. But you don't really know the relationship between them, okay? We can suspect that they are husband and wife, or maybe they are lovers, or maybe they are brother and sister. The idea is that Umberto wrote a note saying goodbye, and when Celia saw that he was floating in the pool, she was desperate. So she jumped into the pool, and at that very moment she remembered that she couldn't swim. So at that moment Umberto got out. So what was that? Was it an accident? Who was Umberto? Because maybe he was a criminal, yes, and he was suspecting, or he was pretending that he was in love with her. So this is the idea behind the microfiction stories, that we have a lot to think about, we have a lot to interpret and to imagine, right? Okay, so this was a very, very short lesson, okay, for you to get used to reading microfiction stories. So see you in our next lesson. Bye.